What's going on, guys? So this is going to be bench talk, where I just talk about something quickly while sitting at my bench so I can pump out some more content for you guys. So, I've been cutting these past 4 weeks, something like that. 5 weeks. I'm 2 weeks out today. I've been cutting for the past 5 weeks, and I wanted to talk about it. I haven't recorded it as much as I could because, it takes a lot of your focus when you're cutting down for a competition. So when you're trying to cut, the first thing you need to know is what to eat, how much to eat. And the biggest thing for that is to know where your maintenance calories are at. You want to know how many calories should you be eating. And it's hard to, there's no calculation that's going to give you your exact calories. Now there's some online calorie calculators that can give you a rough idea. So you can just Google maintenance calorie calculator. I would try a couple of them and just figure out the average between the ones that you try. And there's some formulas that can also give you a rough idea. There's some formulas like these as well. So basically you would take your body weight and then multiply by how active you are. So if you're not very active and you weigh 150, then you would multiply 150 by 12, and that would be your rough maintenance calories. The best way is going to be tracking your calories with an app like MyFitnessPal and sticking to that set number for 3 to 4 weeks, 4 weeks optimally. And you can use an online calorie calculator. You can use the formula to get a rough idea. Stick at that calorie level, within 100 calories or so it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but you want it to be as close as possible. Let's say you try to sit at 2,500 calories. After those 4 weeks of tracking your food and eating 2,500 calories every day, you see where your weight's at. If you've gained weight after 4 weeks, then you know that those are bulking calories. If your weight stayed the same, then congratulations, you found your maintenance calories. And if you've lost weight, then you're in a calorie deficit, and now you know where your calories are relatively at. So then you can use that information to figure out how much of a deficit, how much of a surplus each day you've been in. So I took this out of my online bulking and cutting training and nutrition plans that are coming out soon. So we're going to use these formulas so you don't have to guess. So a pound is about 3,500 calories. Let's say you gain 1 pound in 2 weeks. You divide by 2 weeks. Then you divide by 7 for 7 days in the week. And then that'll put you at about 250 calories that you ate each day in a surplus to gain that weight. And if you lost weight, you can use that same calculation to figure out how much of a deficit you were in. So once you figure out what your maintenance calories are, you want to be in a 300 to 500 calorie deficit. You don't want to go more extreme than that, because then you'll end up losing muscle, and you can only go so low with your calories. Let's say your maintenance is at 2,000 calories and you want to do a 1,000 calorie deficit. Well, now you're at 1,000 calories, and the thing is, the body adapts very quickly to low calories. So yeah, you're going to lose weight for a month or two, but eventually your progress is going to stall, and your new maintenance calories is going to be 1,000 calories. And so that's not a good look. One, you're going to lose muscle with that big of a deficit. And two, you're at 1,000 calories. What are you going to go from there? Where are you going to go from 1,000 calories? What are you going to do? Eat 500 calories? You're gonna become unhealthy. You're gonna lose all your muscle mass, and it's not gonna work very well. You want to have a reasonable deficit. 300 to 500 is a good deficit. You want your protein to be high, just as high as when you were lean bulking or gaintaining or whatever you were doing. You always want your protein to be high. 1 gram per pound is the golden rule for a reason. You can get away with a little bit less than that. Technically, it's 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. So your body weight subtracted from your body fat. So let's say you're 150, maybe this is too much info, I don't know. Let's say you're 150 pounds, 10% body fat. Then your body fat levels are going to be 10% of 150, so 15 pounds. So 15 pounds minus 150, that's 135. And that's going to be technically how much protein you should be getting. 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. 135 grams for a 150 pound person at 10% body fat. But all that math is a little much You're not going to go wrong with getting more protein, and as you're cutting, you need more protein. You know, because your body's going to try to use your muscle as fuel. It's going to try to break down not just your fat for energy, but also your muscle tissue. It's going to try to break down those amino acids. Instead of breaking down your muscles for amino acids into energy, you're going to want protein constantly in your body and your bloodstream, and have it break down the protein into amino acids, not your muscle tissue. So diet's going to be the big thing. As you continue your deficit, let's say you went from 2,600 to 2,300, you've been losing some weight, but after a month or 2 months, you stop losing weight. So that's when you're gonna take away even more calories, take another 200 to 300, and let the weight loss continue, the fat loss continue. And you're just gonna do that every time you plateau. Now, this is also where cardio comes in. You can create a deficit through diet, or you can also create a deficit with cardio as a tool. So I always like to try to manipulate diet at first, unless you're starting from very low calories, because you never want your calories to get too low. It's just going to be unhealthy. You're going to lose muscle. Basically, you're just going to want to use cardio as a tool. So start off slow. Once again, you don't want to just be doing 2 hours of cardio every day, because where are you going to go from there? Once you plateau, what are you going to do? 3 hours of cardio every day? No. So you're going to do like 10, 20 minutes of cardio 3 to 4 times a week, and then you slowly increase that as you continue your cutting process. Eventually it might be 30 minutes every 3 to 4 days, then maybe 30 minutes every 4 to 5 days, and then so on and so forth. And you use that as a tool to help create a calorie deficit as well. So let's say you make a calorie deficit only through diet, 2,600 to 2,300. Then your weight loss stalls. Then you start adding in some cardio, 20 minutes, 3 to 4 days a week. That'll help your deficit continue. And so then you just keep lowering calories, and then also increasing cardio and lowering calories until you've reached a good point. Like until you've reached a level of body fat that you're happy with. You know, you don't want calories to get, you never want calories to get too low. It's going to be unhealthy. I'm going to keep saying that because people's like, oh, I'll just starve myself. It's like, no, that you're going to lose muscle, and the less muscle you have, the less calories your body burns naturally. You're going to be constantly trying to burn calories and eating little, trying to burn calories, eating little, when what you really want to focus on is muscle growth. The more muscle you have, the less calories you got to worry about burning, the less you have to worry about diet overall. How should you train when you're cutting is you want to train pretty much the same as when you were bulking or before you decided to drop. You don't want to be doing a bunch of high reps. That's a bunch of BS. You want to keep lifting heavy. Now, you don't want to be trying to be a power lifter. You don't want to be doing maxing out or 3 reps, but you can still do like 6 reps, heavy sets, and moderate reps, 8 to 12, 15 reps. And you just want to keep lifting heavy, stimulating that muscle and training before. You don't want to drop volume. You want to give that muscle the same reason to build it that it took to build it and to grow it. It needs that same stimulus to keep it there. You might lose some strength during a cut and a little bit of muscle, but as long as you're training heavy, hitting that high protein, and not doing a crazy big deficit, then you'll be able to maintain the muscle you built up, lose that fat, and be good to go. Let's get these shreds. So that is how you cut. That is the basics of how you cut. I'm gonna come in with another video talking more about foods, what I'm personally been doing. Like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit that 1K followers. Comment below any questions, what you'd like to see, what you think of this video, if I should do more bench talks. And yeah, let's get these gains. We're all trying to get these gains. Let's get these gains. Let's get these gains. Let's get these gains. Let's get these gains.